seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Caught up in the characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I been out here killing it. Still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been. Born suspect, what a nigga been innocent. Man up on them and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that you didn't know. Getting mo. Why you hating on her black girl magic? Her black girl drive, all her black girl savage. So divine that she had to hashtag it. Her life matters and she had to have added. She been out here killing it. Didn't figure, but you acting like she ignorant. Paying her less, still magnificent. Watch her shatter that glass into little bits. Master degrees while you mastering mad. Master a master, holding you back. Master a madness and average. Basic and tragic, trash in her passion. Said he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. You done blackball me, redline me, whitewash me, still can't define me. Try and dick me down and then still deny me. Yeah, try and fuck me, sneak up behind me, but boom, I ain't bought up blinded, so boom, you ain't gotta remind me, cause bitch, my mind be like a flower in bloom. Sky with a room, that's the life assignment. And whom, what's and never should try me, then boom, big boom from what's behind me. Full pack. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I cut it off. Good morning, everybody. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm flying with the dolphins with that thing on my lap. I got a buck, gun of love, and a full ass pack. And I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that, yeah, I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that, hey, watch me light your ass up. And then that's that. I got a pop gun of love and a full ass pack. And I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. So, wait 1 minute. Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in here this morning. Let's talk about this real estate shit that I heard yesterday. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Woo! This shit smooth, ain't it? Every time I play this, y'all, I'm like, boy, you sleeping on this shit. You better make a record out this one, Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, everybody. Let's use the real one. B.A., what it do? Hey, Beth. Good morning, good morning. Play what one more time? Eddie Kane. Hey, Carmen. Yeah, I just dropped my baby off at school, Carmen. Play what again, Eddie? Oh, okay. You want to hear that unicorn joint? Ursula, you got out of Facebook jail. Everybody, Ursula's back. She just got out of Facebook jail. I'm going to run this unicorn joint. How about I run this unicorn joint again? Nick, what it do, Nick? They ain't even invite me down there for the comedian convention, Nick. I was mad as shit I seen on the pictures. Let's run that joint again, though. Let me run this record again. Good morning, Don Cooper. What it do? Hey, Tanisha. Run this one more time for the one time. Starfish and coffee in the world on my back. I'm flying with the dolphins with that thing on my lap. I got a pop gun of love and a full ass pack. And I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. Yeah, I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. Hey, I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. I got a pop gun of love and a full ass pack. And I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. What Which one of y'all broke the horn on my unicorn? True to form, that's that nigga shit, and nigga, you the norm. You was gonna start some bullshit with the bullshit you on. Boo-hooing that you was born. But that's alright, cause I'm the type to cop a whole nother unicorn and make sure I'm bringing the motherfucker around you no more down to the floor. If the blessings was locks, I have A+ grade. If the blessings was stocks, I have every block locked. If the wisdom was rocks, and if good life was a dick, it'd be as big as my cock. Get it the minute I got it, gotta go. Affluent, well off, without a lot of dough. See, we at one with the force, so yo, I got a lot of flow. Think the world fucked up, cause it ain't got a lot of Joe. Nada de Prada and Gabbana. Fine wares while I teach the babies economics. Woo! Oh man, yeah, I'm over here in my lane. Yeah, I'm over here in my lane, and I'm really getting comfortable in my lane. I'm really getting Monica. Where Monica Cottrell at? Hey Monica, I'm really feeling like I'm back in my Monica. Joe Clair from Morgan State, Cabot. Joe Clair's back. I'm getting real comfortable over here in my lane. And Monica will let y'all know how I act when I get in my motherfucking when I start getting comfortable with my shit. You understand what I'm telling you? She's seen it start. Anyway, Monica, I'm just saying, right now, I'm getting back to comfortable. And you remember when I'm leaving Morgan State or on my way to becoming, getting on television and all that, I'm starting to feel that energy. I'm feeling that energy, Monica. Like, woo! I'm getting super psyched over being me. Hold up. We in a cipher? Yeah, you in the cipher. I invented the cipher. Yeah, I'm getting real comfortable, Nick. I'm back through, Nick, like offering in it. Fuck all of y'all is awfully ignorant. How long you been living? Since the first bars in the first cars, killing them slights. It had the sparkling finish. Young lady freaks that did some awful things in it. Nasty in the 90s with the naughtiest misses. Go get us, you heard Joe go get them. And paint the town red. It was all dope. No fillers. Emptying out. Them big ass pillars. From up top, I used to cop from one of your niggas. Why is you gonna admit it? You hate it, I hit it. Then you shoulda did it. So I'ma stay gone on to this starfish mission. Parking lot pimping with Venus and Vicious. Starfish and coffee and the world on my back. Yeah, I'm getting I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. They watch me light your ass up. And then that's that. I got a bop gun of love and a full ass pack. And I'ma light your ass up. And then that's that. Woo! Good morning, y'all. And I'm gone. Good morning, y'all. I love that track. It's just, man. I love that track, and I had to make a record out of it. Yoda on my shirt. So we at one with the force. That means I got a lot of flow. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Let's run this track this morning. This is for you, Eddie Kane. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if y'all saw. Thank you, Donald Cooper. I appreciate you, good brother. I don't know if y'all saw my post yesterday. I'm going to put it up. Because we got to discuss this one. We got some shit to talk about this morning. Elise is some real estate shit, too. I'm about to put this up on the screen, and I'm still getting comments on this.
a post I put up yesterday about black home ownership and how it can relate to building generational wealth. And all right, let's get this started. Check this out, y'all.
Leave me a comment, but not an excuse. So you telling me that I'm wrong for telling black people to become homeowners for generational wealth when in my own family, I own my grandmother's house, she's passed on, and I own my dad's house, he's passed on. And so in 2 generations, we're trying to close that wealth gap. We're doing the work, right? We've actually been able to do the work. And you telling me I'm wrong for telling people to start that process in their own family to leave their kids an asset? Now, we actually get passive income because we have tenants in both of those properties. And, you know, the wealth gap is huge. So if you take those properties, the passive income we get, plus the value of the assets, plus my wife's 401k, my 401k, and all the money I got from the streets telling these jokes, I'm trying to close the wealth gap. And you telling me I'm telling people the wrong shit? Leave me a comment, not an excuse. I want to hear this. Leave me a comment, but not an excuse. So you telling me that I'm wrong for telling black people to become homeowners for generational wealth when in my own family, I own my grandmother's house, she's passed on, and I own my dad's house, he's passed on. And so in 2 generations, we're trying to close that wealth gap. We're doing the work, right? We've actually been able to do the work. And you telling me I'm wrong for telling people to start that process in their own family to leave their kids an asset? Now, we actually get passive income because we have tenants in both of those properties. And, you know, the wealth gap is huge. So if you take those properties, the passive income we get, plus the value of the assets, plus my wife's 401k, my 401k, and all the money I got from the streets telling these jokes, I'm trying to close the wealth gap. And you telling me I'm telling people the wrong shit? Leave me a comment, not an excuse. I want to hear this.
So, check this out. This all came from, check this out. I'm gonna post up what I saw on the internet the other day. Now, this is coming from, I'm about to post it right now. Check it. It was on the internet. It was on Instagram, right? And, you know, people want to split hairs and say, well, Joe, that's not generational wealth. You're not building generational wealth with that. You're just having a house handed down to you ain't generational wealth. They say just having a house handed down to you ain't generational wealth, right? And then another brother, and my good friend, my good partner Lonnie was like, well, you might be able to leave a kid $500,000, but that's not generational wealth. And if in your lifetime you never made more than $100,000 and you leave your kid $500,000, that's generational wealth. You want to measure it against everybody else, but you better measure it about what's going to fuck on in your household. When the why it won't where it go? Oh, here it go. Yeah, here it go. Look. Check it. So
it's got all these other costs involved. Taxes that you pay, maintenance that you're forced to do, renovations that you'll do over time. And most people, when they quote how much money they made on their house, they'll forget about all that stuff. And they'll say, we bought the house for $50,000, sold it for $250,000. It's the best investment ever. And then you almost feel bad. You don't want to go back in time with them and point out all the other stuff they're not accounting for, and then adjust that for inflation, and then average that out over decades, and then they say, maybe it wasn't so great.
So this is what I had seen. This is what I saw. You know, people. I saw this on the internet. Snatch this down, and you know, it blew my mind when I'm sitting here living it every day. You know, and to that guy's point, you know, that last guy's point, he was saying, you know, you got the maintenance and so on and so forth. And then another guy was saying, you know, you got to own a business and hand that down. But the illest part for me was, you know, well, first of all, what y'all think? You know, am I wrong for teaching brothers and sisters to hold on to their assets, hold on to your people's assets, and try your best to close the wealth gap while you're here, and hope that your kids can do it as well, and so on and so forth? Because if we talking generational wealth, and this is, y'all tell me if I'm wrong for looking at it this way. If we're talking generational wealth, and we see that there's a wealth gap in America, and we see that the asset, the actual home, has a value. And if you add the value of that home, you leave it to that kid. You bought it for 50, and it's now worth 250. And you know, it's appreciated because you took care of it. You did the maintenance, and you paid the taxes on it, and all those other things. Just like any other, you know, if you buy stocks, you have to be a steward of your portfolio. You gotta know when the fuck to get out and when to stay in. You gotta the stock market goes up and down, just like any other investment. If you look at that, what you've had to do over time, I thought that was a solid piece of advice. Hold on to your assets and leverage them for you and your family. If you got a whole ass house, and the house, like this guy said, okay, the house is worth $250,000. You can leverage that asset for more shit, can't you? Ain't that how capitalism works? You know what I mean? Ain't that how the shit work? Y'all with me, or I'm wrong? Am I on one, or am I tripping, or is my thinking correct? You know, if I take this house that I'm living in right now, that I bought right here, and now is worth right here, you can leverage equity. You can leverage a lot of shit. It's funny as shit, because every criminal I know, they mother always had to put their house up as collateral to keep a motherfucker out of jail. That means there's worth there. There's value in that shit right there, right? And leveraging equity, to your point, Tammy Green, can be risky. It comes along with a lot of forms and shit to fill out, and a lot of fees and shit you gotta take care of. But if at the end of the day you can run that gauntlet, and here's the other part. Let me say this. I hate to put it this way, but we've fallen in love with the idea of comfort so fucking much that anything outside of our comfort zone, we collectively frown upon and don't go do. And that's why we see a lot of people surpass us, and continue to surpass us, because they will do the shit that we think is way too much to do, and then get the result that we wishing to have, but we wanted to stay comfortable doing it. I have people in my life who want the entrepreneur life, but won't go outside of any of their comfort zone to get the entrepreneur life. Due diligence is mandatory. Being a steward of your investments, a steward of your life is mandatory. Knowing what you're getting into is mandatory. There were two sides. There's two sides of bad investments. There is, it was risky to jump from the jump, and there was a good chance that it couldn't work. There was a chance that it wouldn't work from the beginning. But the other side is, did you do your motherfucking due diligence? Did you do the shit? Did you read the fine print? Did you fuck around and fuck around? The millionaires I know, the very successful people I know, man, there's a guy I know right now who's growing his business, who every Friday night at 6, when the world is stopping, and this brother is approaching 60. When the world is stopping to go chill out and everything else, at Friday nights is when he starts his whole go hard. Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday, he takes care of that entrepreneurial part of his life that he wants. He's reading the fine print. He's sitting in front of his computer. Sometimes, he'll do 4-hour blocks throughout the weekend, and he's becoming very, very successful. I had to adopt some of the shit that he talks about. This past Friday, I was in this motherfucker. I was sitting right here in front of this computer, taking care of the fine print. You understand what I'm saying? Like, taking care of all of the fine print. Making sure I understood what I was looking at, right? And we will so quickly dismiss the whole, I'm going to get mimosas. Fuck that. I ain't reading nothing. Nah, man, fuck that. I'm about to go smoke something and drink something. I had a hard-ass work week. And then we wonder why the people who get it go get it. And the other part I want to speak on is, why is it that when we do see people go get it, especially from our community, why we start hating on these motherfuckers and thinking they did something nefarious to get there? Anyway, I thought that I was preaching the good gospel by saying, own your shit, know what the asset is worth, know what you can do with it, how you can leverage it, and proceed. I never thought that anyone would say buying a house is a good investment to people who don't know how to do math. Now, you goddamn right you do, Robin Stevenson. You goddamn right you do. You goddamn right you do. And I want to say that I believe we have taken luxuries. We in America have become accustomed to luxuries as they supposed to be every day. You ever travel with somebody out of the country and you go to another country, or you go, and then they be like, "Ugh, look at this shit. They don't got this, they don't got that." I be like, bitch, you live in America. America is the most fattest, laziest country on the planet. That's why we got, you got countries where people are dying from not enough food. We over here dying from eating too much food. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's just what was on my heart to speak on this morning. I'm taking real estate questions. We talking real estate this morning. I'm making progress in Baltimore. We've had to submit some money for some additional funding. We were able to pinpoint a grant or two to get our hands on, and boom. It looks, keep our fingers crossed for that Baltimore shit. You know what? You ain't lied, Tammy. You can't help them all. You can't help everybody. So whoever, Mississippi water crisis, yes. Have you seen what happened in Pakistan? Is it Pakistan? Where the I think it's Pakistan. Yes. Pakistan floods create a 100-kilometer wide inland lake. The flooding in Pakistan, all right, we're going to get to that in 2 seconds. How much money should I save so I can two investment properties? All right, 1 second. I'm putting up Pakistan, and y'all saw what happened with Pakistan floods caused by monsoon on steroids. 1,100 people have died in the Pakistan floods. 1,100. Now you know here in Mississippi with the floods that they just had in Mississippi, I think the death toll is in the tens. The death toll in Pakistan is 1,100 people. 33 million other people have been impacted by the floods. And what officials are attributing it to is that the climate change has brought on monsoons of biblical proportions, and 33 million people are now affected by the flooding in Pakistan. It made a whole ass lake that you can see from a satellite. That's how much motherfucking rain this monsoon dropped on Pakistan. The Pakistani people are facing a monsoon on steroids. The relentless impact of epical levels of rain and flooding. Epical. I never seen that word. I didn't know epical was a word. Like epic. Epical. Let's stop sleepwalking toward the destruction of our planet by climate change, this guy says. Solidarity is what we need to stop climate change. They're seeing it firsthand. We can put our heads in the sand if we want. But you best believe mankind has done damage to the planet, and the planet will survive. Let's not get it fucked up. The flooding and all of that shit. Yeah, okay. Mother Earth will survive. I don't know if human beings going to be able to survive. Don't forget the Earth been here for millions of years before we even showed up. All right, so we going 1 second, Bridget. I'm coming to you in a second. How much money should I save so I can have an investment property is what the real JJ PCCD asked. It depends on what kind of investment property you are trying to acquire. Now, a lot of the times, if you're going to be buying an investment property, you're going to be doing a conventional loan. There are some instances where you can use an FHA loan for an investment property, but most of the time you're going to be using a conventional loan or some other type of financing, like hard money, so on and so forth. Which means you might need up to 20% of the purchase price in a ball. So if a house is $100,000, if you need $100,000, you're going to need 20 of them. You're going to have to get $20,000. Therefore, you might need $20,000. I know on my investment property, the last one that I purchased, I had to come to the table with 20% of the purchase price, which we did in cash, and then, took out a loan for the rest. But you want to research at when you can use an FHA loan. So the reason I'm bringing up an FHA loan is because FHA loans let you put less money down, but you have to carry insurance as well, right? So the insurance is put on top of whatever you're paying each month to pay that loan back, to make sure they get their money. So you got to pay that motherfucking insurance. You see what I'm saying? So you want to research when you can use an FHA loan for an investment versus when you need to have conventional financing for an investment or some other type of financing like hard money or gifts from your family or, your pockets, right? So that's that. Back to you, Bridget. Bridget says, I want to sell my home and purchase in the South. Is this smart when I'm so close to retirement? Maryland is not a retirement state. My good friend's mom just did this exact same thing. She moved to Atlanta. She had a gorgeous home in Cheverly that she sold and moved to Atlanta where you can get, 5 houses for the price of the Cheverly home. It may be a smart move. Smart or not is subjective, Bridget, whether it's smart or not, depending on your circumstances and what your goal is. If your goal is to come out of this with the most money at the end of the day, well, then you're going to have to do a ton of research to see if, possibly selling your home and moving to a condo is better than selling your home and moving to the South. And what part of the South do you want to move to? I found that a lot of people who do move to the South grow impatient and have if you go from the North to the South, sometimes it can be a culture shock. Other times people go from the North to the South and thrive. So that's what I would say, Bridget. It's not necessarily smart or dumb. It's depending on what you want at the end. And the hardest part oftentimes for us is to pinpoint what we actually want. So exercise to do for that, Bridget, is to get yourself a piece of paper and write down what I want. What the fuck do I really want out of this retirement? Write that down and then work and then back yourself into, okay, selling this home is a good idea, or back yourself into selling this home and move to the South is a bad idea. That's how you can figure out if it's smart or not, because it really does come down to you. You understand what I mean? Next question. It's hard to find the FHA approved townhomes. Is that for some type of assistance? I don't mean assistance. I mean, is that for like first time home buyer program and that kind of thing? Because if I'm not mistaken, FHA loans are for single family townhomes. Townhomes qualify as single family dwellings. And I know a lot of people who use FHA financing to move into that home. If you're trying to use an FHA loan to like renovate or something, yeah, that might be difficult. But check that out. Robert Stevenson said, I'm going to Puerto Rico to retire. I know that's right. But let me ask y'all a question. Why are we leaving the places that we've built our lives around when we retire? I have no desire to go anywhere else. I want to stay here around my friends, my people, my family, continue to be impactful in the community that, I made. I would like to own a property somewhere else to go visit and shit, but I don't think I'm about to go live somewhere else. Is that the FHA site has them as expired. FHA site has them as expired. I'm gonna look that up for you, Yetta. We should talk offline, cause I'm not understanding what. Expired. I'm writing it down. Might need to talk about it today. Cost of living, okay. Winter says because our community leaders have sold out our community. Well, then that's time for us to become community leaders. Winter. I love where I live. I just want something a little bigger with a basement. Is that for retirement, Tiffany? FHA loans on a townhome could be hard to get in an older townhome condo community that is over the condo occupancy limit. Okay. That's a great point, Lisa. Thank you so very, 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 very much. She was there with young Xavier the other night at the motherfucking show. I'm in Calvert and it's... Bridget says, I'm in Calvert County and it's peaceful. I'm in a huge townhouse. I want a single family with 1 to 2 levels, a porch, and country living. Well, I'm going to tell you what my wife's aunt and uncle said. As you get older, you better get rid of them steps in your house. You better find something with just 1 goddamn level. Okay, because most can't afford the cost of living in the major cities that we've lived in and worked. So people seek places with lower taxes and cost of living when retired. Okay. That's... I'll have to do some research. Both my parents retired in where they were living, in D.C. My dad retired to Southwest right there by the waterfront, and my mother lives in Upper Northwest. So maybe I'm not the right person to ask about retirement, because the way I see it is I'm building my retirement shit now. Like where I'm gonna be, I think I wanna be there. Of course, I wanna own properties other places, some peaceful tranquility shit. But I like being around here. I like being around here. Jay say, pay your house off here before retiring and stay your black ass here and grow old with your boy. As I age, it's the steps I don't want. Okay, you gotta find a rambler. I'll find you a rambler, Bridget, out there in Calvert or somewhere. Or maybe out there in Western Maryland, up in the mountains in Allegheny County, where they didn't vote for Westmore. We find you something out there in the country. If I leave the area, it's because of tax benefits. Some states have no taxes. Okay? Tiffany, she is in Calvert too, Bridget. You see, Tiffany says she in Calvert too. You get more bang for your buck elsewhere. And that's how I felt when I bought that house in Atlanta. But my trade-off was that me being a DC guy, I missed the culture. The museums and the Kennedy Center and the DC thing, the culture of my city. I really missed it living in Atlanta. I didn't have a problem. I'm not saying anything bad about Atlanta. I love Atlanta. It's a great place. It's a great city. It just didn't offer me the things that made me pop. You know what I mean? While I was cool with paying, damn near no mortgage. Mortgage is this big. It wasn't that the savings that I was having on that mortgage didn't translate into quality of life for me. And that's just me. I'm trying to read through y'all things. My brother moved to South Carolina. Now he's frustrated because it's too slow for him, and the mentality is so different. Yeah, I had my homegirl's mother had moved to Alabama with her husband at the time. They moved to I want to say Birmingham, but it wasn't. It was Birmingham or what's the place in Alabama? Anyway, she couldn't stay. She lasted a year and was like, no. She couldn't do it. Yeah, I missed Go-Go when I was in Atlanta. I missed, Frank Ski and I were on. I would spend some time with Frank Ski, who's on the radio here in DC, and he was in Atlanta at the time, and we would talk about the vibe that we missed. Not taking anything away from Atlanta, it just wasn't what we were accustomed to. Just like if you take a person out of New York and, they go to North Carolina or they go to wherever, they go, shit. First thing they say is like, shit, this shit is mad slow, son. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's that vibe that you miss. And, Huntsville. Yes, she moved to Huntsville, Monica. Thank you. She moved to Huntsville. Now, on the flip, I've seen people. I met a man in Belize. I met he was a successful businessman from Houston. It's 9:44 in the morning time. Google it, bitch. Monkey Pop. I forgot all about that shit. I met a Monkey Pop. Successful businessman in Belize who was an expat. He left the United States completely, and he said he would never, ever, 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 ever come back. He said he'd never come back. So, weigh those options. Know what you're getting into. And think about it. Think about it heavily. Think about it heavily. Sorry. The piano was calling me. Monkey Pop! Right. Lovely black Atlantans in the racist ass state of Georgia. And that was the thing that used to blow my mind. Because as soon as I left downtown Atlanta, you could ride 20 minutes and be back in the South. My father is from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He said he would never go back. Once he came to D.C., he was like, New York was too much and Richmond was not enough. D.C. was perfect. And as I've lived everywhere else, I lived in what happened to my, okay. My camera was fuzzy. I've lived in Atlanta, I lived in Los Angeles, and I lived in New York. But DC, because it is my home, and because I guess because my parents were from other places, and I would go visit those other places, DC is my shit. When I went to New York and I lived in New York, I didn't lose my identity living in New York. And the New York people be like, oh, you from DC? Shit. Yeah, son, I used to go to fuck down DC all the time. Yo, go down that motherfucker, go to the love, go to the dream and shit. You know what I'm saying? DC, we have people who know. When you come to DC, it's just some shit. We have a reputation. This city was Chocolate City. I grew up here when it was Chocolate City, and I still have an affinity for it. And let's look at it. We have, a ton of well-to-do blacks here. I love living around well-to-do black. What, Tracy, you love the New York accent? Word up, son. Used to go down to motherfucking Love and the Dream and all that shit, son. Word up. We have a lot of well-to-do blacks here. There's a huge, thriving black community here. And that's why I'm so in love with DC. My wife often asks if I would live elsewhere. And I'm like, nah, why? Why the fuck we going somewhere else? Looking for what we found here. So, word up, son. All that shit, son. Word up, son. Some real shit. I'm DMV raised, Southeast Woodbridge now, North Beach. What? I'm from Maryland, but love the DC culture. I have lived in South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, North Carolina, but love the people in the DMV. But for me, I'm chasing land and soon to be off the grid by 50. Moving to the woods and start my own homestead. You Bammers can have all this. I love it. My cousin is moving to Colombia. All right. He loves it there, the people, the culture. He's trying to convince me to consider there. And he said the beaches are beautiful too. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. My Naima's cousin, Tasha, very successful, moved to Costa Rica and bought her ass back with the quickness. Dialysis. She with the quick fast. She fell in love with all of it and it was like, oh, no, I need my shit. She goes back a lot. So that's something to consider, as we get older. As we get older and we start thinking about retirement, where we're going to go, what we're going to do with our money and do with our lives. And I think that was the point that I wanted to get at this morning about the whole using a home for generational wealth was wrong. I was like, you forgetting about the lives we build and the value of that. The value you build in these homes for your families. That you can't put a value on the lives we build. And, there's a value that comes along with life, quality of life. I like it here. I will go visit other places, but I like it here. Shit, this the nation's capital. The whole world be trying to, while America is still going through all the shit she going through, y'all know we still have, every day thousands of people still immigrate to the United States from all over the world. We are the melting pot. People still come here from all over the world. And I ain't talking about, just the southern border. There are people who come to become naturalized citizens every day here in America. We have a whole lot. And I think maybe I'm preaching this morning because I'm in that spirit of recognizing what I have as opposed to looking for something else somewhere else. Recognizing what I have now as opposed to dreaming about something else. And being grateful and seeing the value in that. Anyway, that's what that is. That's what that is. 9:50 in the morning time, reminding y'all to get your tickets Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets for the best motherfucking comedy show in the city. You understand? I got the best thing. This the best thing going. You hear me? Banging and Bowie comedy series. Talent, Paris Sachet, Jade, Phillips. It's gonna be a banger. We're gonna have a good ass time. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets, bitch. Get your tickets. Google it, bitch. Get your black ass up. Alan says it's the greatest, grimiest, beautiful, violent place ever. Always in the pocket and fashion is unmatched. We are original and duplicated everywhere. I love the DMV. Word up. They duplicate us elsewhere. Elsewhere. They won't admit it. Especially in New York. They will never admit it that they took anything from the South. I watched it. I sat there and watched it. And we can debate back and forth. Get your tickets. Banging and Bowie. We can debate back and forth with cats all the time. LaShawn, you ain't never here. What you mean? I know you gonna retire here in the DMV because you always traveling elsewhere. Keep your ass here and just keep traveling. Understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Lawrence Owens. He's coming. Him and Gwen are both coming, Lisa. I got you. They both coming. 9:52. I had to drop my child off again this morning and had to pick her up yesterday. This bus. If y'all know anybody looking for a job, Prince George's County needs bus drivers. Tell them to apply right now. Right. Kenny Burns called it the drive-through. They come through and take the culture of DC and then apply it elsewhere. Because you're not going to find this concentration of hard-working blacks and then highly educated blacks and then street niggas and then not street niggas right next to each other. And the president right there and then the Capitol is right there and the monument is right there and then all the embassies are here. All the greatest, the Smithsonian is here and all of that shit is here. And we've continuously had, black leadership, whether good or bad. We have, black business owners and we have the sisters. Oh, and then, DC is the home of the independent woman. DC is, I put that on anything. DC the home of the, I seen it in the 70s. I watched it pop off in the 70s. Here in the DMV, women heading up their own businesses, households, getting more degrees, so on and so forth. So, and black folks got them good government jobs here in DC, so they make their own culture. DeJane, what is good? What's good with you? So, I love DMV. I don't see me leaving now. That's me. That lady who live upstairs, who's up them steps, she sees things the other way. So we have to talk of that. Right. Son, go-go sound like Tim's in the dryer, B. I know it do. So don't bring you. And it crank like shit. It crank like a motherfucker. You gotta take them to the go-go. Yeah, they take go-go beats. Everybody take go-go beats. But shit. Without DC, you have no Duke Ellington. Without DC, you have no Marvin Gaye. Without DC, you have no Chucky Thompson, who made the Bad Boy sound. Bad Boy Records was centered around Chucky Thompson and the rest of those cats. Without DC, how many motherfuckers came out of DC? Don't even talk about comedy. There's no Dave Chappelle. There's no Martin Lawrence. There's no Wanda Sykes started here in DC. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Taraji, Regina Hall, Genuine, Samuel Jackson. Ain't he from Baltimore? Ain't he from Baltimore? I don't know. But you get a lot from this city. Get a lot from this city. And Roberta Flack started here. Yes, indeed. Oh, shit. Nick want to go back to this conversation. Relationship talk tomorrow, 30 plus and living at home. Please, 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 please. I need that conversation. All right, we'll revisit that tomorrow. We can get back tomorrow. Samuel L. Jackson is from D.C. Oh, born here, right? And then moved somewhere else? How long did Samuel L. Jackson live in D.C.? Let me see what's up. Good shit, Tanisha. Samuel L. Jackson, D.C. Let me see. Washington, D.C. I'm sorry. They put D.C. movies, of course. Washington, D.C. Is Samuel L. Jackson from D.C.? Oh, yeah. He was born in Washington, D.C. in 1948. Laz Alonso, Jeffrey Wright, Joe motherfucking Clair. Shit. BET was birthed here. Radio 1, TV 1, and Kathy Hughes' Empire birthed here. Marion Barry here. My man Don Peebles, the first black man to build a skyscraper in New York City, here. David Bing, Kevin Durant. Don't even get me started. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. I'm getting out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Please buy your tickets. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste to y'all. Be well, be well, be well. Yeah, Donnell Rollins, you know that's my guy, winner. Hell yeah. Y'all be well, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Should I leave with Gone? Hold up. Shout out to y'all who know the words to Gone. Y'all got me sized. Y'all actually know the words to Shirley Horn. Don't get me started on Shirley Horn. Don't get me started on Shirley Horn. Boy, you don't know nothing about no Shirley Horn. Boy, don't get me started on no motherfucking Shirley Horn. Y'all have a good one, man.
Don't judge me. I said he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. I said he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Caught up in the characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I've been out here killing it. Still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been. Born suspect, what a nigga been innocent. Man up on him and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that you didn't know. Getting more. Why you hating on her black girl magic? Her black girl drive, all her black girl savage. So divine that she had to hashtag it. Her life matters and she had to have added. She been out here killing it. Hidden figure, but you acting like she ignorant. Paying her less, still magnificent. Watch her shatter that glass into little bits. Master degrees while you mastering Madden. Master a master, holding you back. Master a madness and average. Basic and tragic, trash in her passion.
Said he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. The fucking day wrong, wrong, wrong. Said he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. The fucking day all y'all wrong.
You done blackball me, redline me, whitewash me, still can't define me. Try and dick me down and then still deny me. Yeah, try and fuck me, sneak up behind me, but boom, I ain't bought up blinded, so boom, you ain't gotta remind me, cause bitch, my mind be like a flower in bloom. Sky in the room, that's the life assignment, and whom, what's and never should try me, then boom, big boom from what's behind me. Full pack of black excellent facts, black excellent acts, black excellent stats. Won't succumb to your bum ass acts, and when your bum ass come ass, I done no jack, and when your young ass come ass, I run that back, cause all my scholars had scars all upon they back. Now let's
Said
go.
he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone,